What if I told you that bipolar disorder is found at a rate of almost 2 times greater rate of incidence in sufferers of autoimmune diseases such as SLE and Sjogren's versus the standard population and control models in some experiments? In a paper that I'll link in the description below, this link was studied by a group out of several different hospitals, including the Sackler School of Medicine in Tel Aviv. What they cite is that somewhere between 20 to 70% of sufferers of SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus specifically, suffer some sort of a neuropsychiatric illness alongside of their autoimmune disease. When looking at bipolar disorder specifically, they found that 0.62% of sufferers of autoimmune disease had bipolar disorder versus 0.23 within the control population. This means that the rate of incidence of bipolar disorder in the sufferers of systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE, was almost 2 times higher than that of a standard control population. Combined with the fact that other neuropsychiatric disorders such as anxiety and depression are also highly found amongst sufferers of autoimmune disease, this points to a direct link at the autoimmune processes and their participation in the neuro pathways of the body to actually be responsible oftentimes for a lot of the neuropsychiatric symptoms and mood disorders suffering comorbidly. This really puts it into perspective when you have real life stories like my own, where every time psychosis happens as a result of, quote, bipolar disorder, there's also a blood result that shows typically lupus markers and Sjogren's markers acting systemically on my body as well. It also has huge implications on the actual chemistry of the drugs treating these disorders if they were to be related to autoimmune disorders versus something chemical in the body, which we now know to be untrue. After all, it turns out that antidepressants and their acting on serotonin levels are not what's actually responsible for curing depression. We now understand through other medical literature, we don't actually know how antidepressants and a lot of psychiatric drugs work at this point. So I raised the question, could it be that these drugs are actually acting on autoimmune processes in the body that we have yet to understand and that go along with studies like what I'm presenting here today? If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, share for more similar content. And until the next one, wherever you are on this planet, we hope you're having a good one. Thanks again, folks.